13th, the day I became a mother. One of the best days of my life. Wait a second, did I just say best day of my life? Well, yes, but it was also the scariest day of my life. The day my life turned upside down. Motherhood is no rocket science. It's way tougher. But it does come with a lot of benefits. Maternity leave, for instance. All of a sudden, the Excel sheets are replaced by rubber sheets. And rubber sheets do not come with formulas. They come in various scents, though. So one of the million-dollar questions that a working mom is asked, baby or the boardroom? Let me give you a little insider tip here. Never say no to the boardroom, because that's the only place of refuge that you get from your little brat who's going to keep you, make you pull all-nighters for several months in a row. Whoever coined sleep like a baby had no idea how babies sleep, because they don't. And your best strike at a power nap is probably in the boardroom, and not really next to your baby. So I must tell you here that I'm a really ambitious, career-oriented woman, right from my kindergarten days. Teacher's pet, is that me? Yes. So a university rank holder, class topper always, gold medalist in journalism and mass communication. I know I'm bragging a bit here, but what I'm trying to tell you is that office is where I felt at home. In my 20s, when I was right out of college, I had decided that I'm going to be pursuing only my professional goals for a while. So, I set aside all the personal milestones like marriage and baby for until much later. But I'm really good with deadlines. So when I hit 35, I had another deadline staring at me, the biological deadline. And that's how motherhood happened. And for the first time in my life, home started to matter as much as office did. And that's where the emotional tug-of-war began. At this point of time, I was programming head at Radio City, the #1 FM station of Bangalore market. So I remember announcing it to my team and my boss that I'm going on my maternity leave. And my boss tells me that a real leader is the one who ensures that the function and the system is, absolutely smooth, even in his or her absence. So I took his statement quite literally and seriously. And my team helped me, of course, and for the next 3 odd months, everything ran very smoothly. The numbers we retained and everything. But I was no longer indispensable. Don't we all love to be indispensable? I do. I want my workplace to miss me when I'm away. And suddenly, I was not needed any longer. And that can cause some really serious insecurities. So here I was, on one side, there's this adorable baby cooing at my heart away. And on another side, there's a career which needs some serious coding if I want to come back. So at this point, while I'm listening to all these new tunes in my life, I get a call from my boss. It's just a couple of weeks before my rejoining date. And he tells me, what I feared, you're no longer required at the Bangalore station. You're no longer the programming head of that station. End of the world, right? Yes. And a beginning of a new one, because I got promoted to be the programming head of 5 South markets. Promotion during a maternity break, I really didn't see that coming. But I must tell you, that's how great places to work function. Quite a contrast when compared to quite a few organizations who, during an interview, might look at a female candidate who's recently married and wonder, she's going to be heading into a maternity break, so. But here was my organization who not only let women survive their breaks, but also thrive in them. That's exactly how I was planning to chill and thrive for a while. Now, don't look at me like I'm kind of a super mom with 8 hands, a multitasker. No, absolutely not. I'm a single tasker. But I did have 8 hands. Those 8 hands didn't belong to me alone. They belonged to my family, my husband, my parents, my in-laws, my co-workers, my extended family and friends. In short, they rightly say that it takes a village to raise the kid. I just got a taste of it. So fast forward a year or so, and I get an opportunity of a lifetime. There was this new entertainment television channel which was soon to be launched, and I get the offer to be the programming head for this channel. I mean, this was my dream job, one that I had been waiting for a long time. And I had another tough decision to be made, because television is ruthless and demanding, but it's also very adrenaline thumping, right? So I was in two minds. But how could I let such an adventure just pass by of starting a television channel from the scratch? So I just seized it. For the next 4 years or so, every month I was launching new shows, late night shoots, no weekends, no vacations, crazy deadlines, but worth every bit of it. I mean, I was thoroughly enjoying that phase. I had asked for it. I had made the decision of dedicating my time and energy 24/7. There was this time when we were launching a particular show where I clocked 72 hours non-stop in the studio. And it's no big deal if your heart is deep into it. And mine was. I'm not trying to, promote hustle culture here, but I'm just trying to tell you that there are moments when, your profession just gets the best of you. And it's a beautiful moment. And I did have some of my best days of my professional life during those days. I was chasing targets, goals, and I had an ambition to fulfill. But while the joy of launching a new channel, raising the TRPs to a reasonably good level, and producing some fine shows, it was gratifying. But there was a little flutter in my heart that told me to look at the home too. My son had started school, and on most days, I was returning home long after he was fast asleep. And at that point, the decision was again knocking at my door. So that was also the time that he had started sketching on the walls, and I knew I had a big role to play in his artwork. So I made a conscious call. He was 6 years old, and I wanted to pick him up from school, tell him bedtime stories and stuff. So I took a break from work for a while. And I think I don't look at it as a sacrifice. It's in fact a celebration. And one of the first things I did when I took the break was to take him on a little mom and son holiday. And this holiday laid the foundation for a new professional dream, a travel startup that I'm trying to build with a few like-minded friends. Now that's how personal and professional dreams blend when you let universe conspire. My son is 9 years old as of last month, and his social studies textbooks have a lot of real-life empowering scenarios of women who win laurels at their workplace. And I know somewhere deep inside, he's proud of his mom. So somewhere I know that when he grows up, he's going to be a fine young man, someone who respects the women in his life and stands by them, in their professional choice and excellence. Well, life comes with a lot of choices that you have to make, and every choice comes with a consequence. We need to take responsibility for every choice that we make and every consequence that follows. I think that's the whole beauty of it. And being a mother or having a career are just a couple of examples of the choices I made to transcend boundaries. And it's different for everyone. I chartered the course of my own life. My little story is about being a working mom. Your little story could be about anything. But the big word here that keeps all our dreams alive is just a flip of the word mom. Yes, it's wow. So go ahead, make that choice, chart that path, and sail beyond boundaries. Thank you.